Have you ever wondered if the Ark of the Covenant is real? Join us as we delve into historical evidence and biblical texts to separate truth from myth in this captivating exploration of one of history's most enduring mysteries. The Ark of the Covenant. A gold-covered wooden chest said to hold the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. For centuries, it has sparked awe, curiosity, and countless theories. But how much of what we know is true? And how much is legend? Today, we explore the Ark's biblical roots, the historical evidence, and its legendary role in pop culture. Let's start with the Bible, where the Ark of the Covenant first appears. According to the Old Testament, God gave Moses specific instructions to build the Ark while the Israelites were in the wilderness after their escape from Egypt. The Ark was not just a sacred box, it was a symbol of God's presence and power. The Ark was made of acacia wood, overlaid with pure gold. It measured roughly 4 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high. On top were 2 cherubim, angel-like figures, with their wings touching, forming what was known as the mercy seat. It was here that God was said to speak to Moses. Inside the Ark were 3 items: the stone tablets with the 10 Commandments, Aaron's rod that budded, and a golden pot of manna, food God provided during their time in the desert. These contents were more than relics. They were sacred objects that reminded the Israelites of God's covenant, miracles, and provision. The Ark was central in the Exodus. When the Israelites crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land, the Ark went before them, parting the waters like the Red Sea. In battle, the Ark was carried before the army. At Jericho, it was marched around the city walls, which then miraculously collapsed. The presence of the Ark was believed to bring divine intervention. Over time, the Ark was housed in various locations, including Shiloh, and later brought to Jerusalem by King David. It was finally placed in the temple built by Solomon. In the Holy of Holies, the most sacred part of the temple, the Ark rested behind a veil, symbolizing the intimate connection between God and his people. Only the high priest could enter this sacred space once a year on the Day of Atonement. But then, the Ark vanished. Its disappearance is one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in religious history. So what happened to it? That's the puzzle historians and archaeologists have been trying to solve for centuries. Let's begin with historical records. One key source is the Jewish historian Flavius Josephus. Writing in the 1st century, Josephus mentioned the Ark in his historical accounts, but didn't claim to know where it was. In fact, by the time the Second Temple was constructed after the Babylonian exile, the Ark was already absent from the inner sanctum. This suggests that it had been lost or hidden before the destruction of the First Temple. The Book of 2 Maccabees, part of the apocryphal writings, offers a different perspective. It claims that the prophet Jeremiah, under divine instruction, hid the Ark in a cave on Mount Nebo, sealing the entrance and declaring that it would remain hidden until the time God chose to reveal it again. This account, while not included in the traditional Jewish or Protestant Bibles, has influenced generations of treasure seekers and believers. Many archaeologists have focused their searches on Jerusalem, particularly the Temple Mount. This sacred site is believed to be the location of Solomon's temple, and thus the last known home of the Arkansas. However, political tensions and religious sensitivities make excavation beneath the Temple Mount nearly impossible. Any unauthorized digging could spark serious conflict, so scholars can only speculate. In the 1980s, a controversial figure named Ron Wyatt claimed to have discovered the Ark in a cave beneath the Temple Mount. According to his account, he found the Ark hidden in a chamber with blood stains above it, which he linked to the crucifixion of Jesus. However, his claims were never substantiated, and the broader archaeological community dismissed them due to lack of evidence and transparency. One of the most intriguing theories is that the Ark was taken to Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church asserts that the Ark resides in a chapel in the city of Aksum. They even have a guardian, known as the Keeper of the Ark, who watches over it and is the only person allowed to see it. No outsider has been granted access to verify this claim, leading to ongoing debates about its authenticity. Despite the secrecy, the The claim has strong support among Ethiopian Christians and remains one of the most enduring modern legends about the Ark's whereabouts. Other scholars argue that the Ark was likely destroyed during the Babylonian siege of Jerusalem in 586 BC. If this theory is true, it means the Ark no longer exists and all current searches are chasing a ghost. Yet, even without physical evidence, the Ark remains deeply embedded in our collective imagination. So far, no archaeological discovery has definitively proven the Ark's existence or current location. Numerous expeditions, documentaries, and books have explored every lead, from hidden vaults beneath ancient churches to caves in the Middle East, but the Ark's fate remains unknown. And maybe that's part of its power. Despite this, the Ark of the Covenant continues to captivate the world, in part because of how it is portrayed in popular culture. Perhaps the most well-known modern reference is the 1981 blockbuster film Raiders of the Lost Arkansas. In this movie, archaeologist Indiana Jones races against Nazi forces to recover the sacred object. Although completely fictional, the movie revived global interest in the Ark and helped spark a surge in biblical archaeology. The film portrayed the Ark as a powerful, almost mystical object capable of destroying those who misused it. Since then, the Ark has appeared in countless books, video games, and television programs. Shows like Ancient Aliens have speculated wildly that the Ark was not a religious object, but a piece of advanced technology, possibly alien in origin. They argue that the Ark could generate electricity or function as a transmitter. Some theories even propose it was a weapon of mass destruction. While these ideas are fascinating and make for great entertainment, they are not supported by mainstream scholarship. There is no credible evidence that the Ark was anything more than a sacred religious object, though that alone gives it immense significance. Still, the allure of the Ark persists. Why? First, the mystery itself is compelling. The fact that such an important artifact simply vanished, without any detailed record of its fate, invites endless speculation. Second, the Ark represents divine connection and power. In a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, the idea of a physical object that embodies God's presence is incredibly powerful. Third, the Ark ties into themes of identity, history, and destiny. For the Israelites, the Ark was a symbol of their covenant with God. For Christians, it represents God's ongoing relationship with humanity. Even for secular audiences, the Ark is a symbol of lost knowledge and the untold stories of the ancient world. The mystery of the Ark invites both scholarly research and personal reflection. People continue to look for it, not just in the sands of the Middle East or the hills of Africa, but in libraries, old manuscripts, and newly digitized archives. Every generation brings new theories, new technology, and new hope. And perhaps one day, the Ark will be found. Or perhaps its mystery is what truly gives it power. So, what can we say with confidence about the Ark of the Covenant? Biblically, it was a sacred object created at God's command. It led the Israelites through the desert, served as the center of worship, and was revered as the physical sign of God's presence. Historically, its last known location was Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem. What happened after that is unknown, though many theories exist. Some believe it was hidden. Others think it was taken. Still others argue it was destroyed. Culturally, the Ark has become more than just a lost relic. It is a symbol of faith, of power, of mystery. It lives on in stories, films, art, and the imaginations of millions. In the end, the Ark of the Covenant is both fact and fiction. A historical artifact and a spiritual symbol. A subject of research and a source of wonder. So now we turn the question to you. What do you believe? Is the Ark a real object waiting to be rediscovered? Or is it a metaphor for something deeper? A call to faith, to truth, and to the unknown? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others who love history and mystery. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep seeking truth, and never stop exploring the wonders of the past.